Hello everyone, this is Tormuse, and today I'm picking up where I left off in Doki Doki Switcheroo. When we last left off, it was about to go into the weekend scene, so without further ado, let's get into it. There's Femc's room. It's already Sunday. I've been getting increasingly anxious about Yuri's upcoming visit. I keep telling myself there's no reason to be nervous, but it hasn't helped much. Yuri is clearly an introvert and a gentleman, but I think under it all, he's also a very intimate person. He seems so uptight around the other guys. I'm hoping he relaxes and opens up a little more when it's just the two of us. We have been texting occasionally. He was a bit apprehensive at first, but it wasn't long before I was already learning more about him. But putting Yuri aside, this is the depression. Well, in the original version, where the depression talk with Satori would have taken place, right? Anyway, but putting Yuri aside, I haven't heard much of anything from Satori the past couple of days. I've called, texted him, and even went to his house. But each time I checked in on him, he's been passed out face down on his pillow. His bad day seems to be lingering, and I don't know why. Between him and Yuri's visit, my anxiety is through the roof. And Sandra's here. Hey, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Anxiety through the roof. I look at the clock. Yuri will be here in about 2 hours. Time for a quick last-minute cleanup. I get to work shoving clothes in the closet and papers with doodles on them into my desk drawers. Can't have my book bag just lying around, I suppose. I grab it so I could put that in the closet as well. The strap suddenly snaps and it falls to the ground, spilling everything out. I let out a long, exasperated sigh. Awesome. I drop to my knees and begin scooping up my various papers and textbooks. As I do so, I dismissively look through some of the papers. Let's see. Failed test, detention slip, notes I never used, countless doodles. Another detention slip. I suddenly come across what appears to be a prescription bag with a couple of pill bottles inside. What the? This isn't mine. Oh hey, yes, how do you pronounce that? Plies? Welcome to the stream. Yes, you can watch me. This isn't mine. I look it over and check for a name. Exclamation point. Satori? This must have been put into my bag by mistake when we took that trip down the stairs a few days ago? Wait, that's been there since Tuesday? Oh, so Satori hasn't been taking his meds? Is that what they're suggesting? That's why he's acting erratically? Since when is he on medication? Pull out the bottles and scan the labels carefully. I grab my phone and look up both medications. ... Whoa, what? How? Since when? I hastily finish shoving everything else in my closet. I don't have much time before Yuri comes over, but despite this, I race out the door. But if Satori likes it or not, I'm coming over, and we are going to talk about this. So this is the way he's been out of education. Yeah. Yeah, I know, this is a neat, different take on you know that whole conversation in the first place. That's kind of cool. Anyway, moving on. Yeah, and the fact that Femc has a sense of urgency about it is a nice change from MC's kind of more lackadaisical approach to it. But whatever. Anyway, moving on. I don't even bother to text or call. I don't even knock. I just swing the door open and head inside. It's not unusual after all. We can hang out at each other's houses so often we practically live together. The house is quiet. Uh-oh, the music has stopped. That's always bad news in DDLC. And Serena's here. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Anyway, moving on. Satori isn't anywhere on the first floor, so I head upstairs. I half expect him to come down and shoo me back out the door, but the entire house is silent. My heart races. I head up to his bedroom and gently open the door. I see him lying on the bed, but he promptly leaps to his feet, clearly startled by my sudden entrance. Geez, knock much? My blood pressure settles down a bit. He looks tired and a bit irritated, but otherwise okay. I quietly take a seat on the bed. He reluctantly sits down next to me. Forces a smile. There's a moment of silence between us. You didn't need to come over. I mean, I'm happy to see you and everything, but don't you have something more important to do today? What do you mean? Yuri, you're supposed to be working with him today. Aren't you? How did... Satori had gone home by the time we decided that last meeting. Hey, and Roach is here. I just want to say now that some errors were made regarding the med names and the acronym for bipolar disorder, which will be corrected in the director's cut. Okay, good to know. Way to spoil the bipolar disorder thing. We haven't gotten there yet. Anyway. Satori had gone home by the time we decided that last meeting. But I quickly realized how he knows. Matteo told you, didn't he? Of course, he's supposed to keep me up to date with the festival preparations. I am the vice president, after all. Yeah. So, how about you? You're helping him today, right? Yeah, but only online. You don't have to meet up or anything. Anyway, I bet you're excited to be working with Yuri, huh? Satori, I'd rather be working with you. Satori looks over at me briefly. No, you wouldn't. I know you've wanted to be alone with Yuri since you joined the club. That's not... Look, that's not what I came here to talk about. I'm here to talk about this. I held up the bottle labeled Zyprexa. Satori quickly snatches the bottle from my hands. How the heck did you get this? It was put in my backpack on an accident a few days ago when we fell down the stairs. Well, this explains why I haven't been able to sleep so well the past couple of days. Yeah, I know. I looked it up and saw one of the main side effects is insomnia. Satori, how long have you been on this? You're not going to like the answer. I don't care. Tormusa. Don't Tormusa me. You're just going to make me say it, aren't you? Fine. Truth is, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder when I was 10 years old. There you go. So this is the... I like this change that isn't just about depression like the original is. Roach decided to switch that up a bit. Like the switcheroo in the title isn't just about the genders. Like there are other things switched up too. And hi Marcy, welcome to the stream. So yeah, so that's neat. Roach's premature comment kind of spoiled that surprise, but oh well. Moving on. I've been in Zyprexa ever since. The news hits me like a ton of bricks. I don't even know how to respond. I slowly rise to my feet, my shocked gaze locked in Satori's face. 10? I told you weren't going to like the answer. I don't understand. We're best friends. We tell each other everything. Why didn't you tell me about this, knowing I could help? I didn't tell you because I didn't want you to worry about me. You do that a lot, you know. Spend so much time worrying about me that you don't have time to do important things. I feel myself getting increasingly angry at his words. Of course I worry about you. You're my best friend. You're so important to me. I even worry about you when I watch you cross the street. I love you, you big stupid idiot. Why would you not tell me about this? There's a quote for the ages. I love you, you big stupid idiot. Anyway, what is even the point of us being best friends if you're not going to be open and honest with me about stuff like this? God, I can't believe you never told me. Oh dear. This is the thing that bugged me about the original too. That MC's immediate reaction was to try to guilt Satori about why didn't you tell me sooner. And another newcomer to the stream, Freddie Elider, welcome. I hope I'm saying your name right. Anyway, moving on. Can't believe you never told me. Are you mad at me? I shake my head silently. I don't understand why you kept this from me. You can never understand. What, because you didn't want me to worry about you? Come on, Satori. It's ridiculous. To you, maybe. Having you worry about me and caring about me feels like a bat being swung against my head. It's bittersweet to have anyone care about me. That's why I wanted you to make friends with everyone in the club when you decided to join. I figured if I could get you to care for them, you'd stop caring about me. Really? Is that what you think? I walk away a few feet, staring at nothing. You think I'm so shallow and heartless that I could just abandon my best friend for the first guy to write me a poem? Just abandon. Yeah, okay. That seems to be a typo there. That should be present tense abandon. Proofreading fail. Take my name off the proofreading credits. Was it? I don't remember. Okay. Oh, hey, another newcomer. I'm sorry I don't know how to pronounce your name. That seems to be Russian, I guess. But welcome. This is something I was worried about. I heard that my name is still in the proofreading credits, even though I didn't see the final version of this mod. But yeah, up till now, this has been pretty good. I've been sort of dreading. Oh no, what if mistakes were added after I did my proofreading pass or something? It's been pretty good. I mean, there was an errant comma here or there, but this is the first like error that I've seen. Oh well. Anyway, what's this one? Why aren't ants more derivative now? Root is just the thing to get me wondering if ants are non-civilized. I cannot help but stop and look at prophylactic doses. Never. What? I'm sorry. Is this a reference to something? I don't know. Anyway, moving on. That I could just abandon my best friend for the first guy to write me a poem. I feel myself becoming increasingly emotional. I want to stop myself before I become irrational, but I find myself unable to curb my tongue. Is that why you never told me about this, Satori? My voice cracks. Am I that bad of a friend that you just felt you couldn't trust me? Before I have a chance to finish, Satori jumps to his feet and wraps his arms around me, pulling me into an embrace. Tears freely begin to flow from my eyes as his embrace tightens. Please don't do this. He begins to tremble. I don't want you to hurt because of me. I'm sorry I made you feel this way. See, you're like you're... I don't know. I mean, I get that Femc is feeling hurt, but at the same time, yeah, just like making Satori feel guilty about something. It's just the fact that you make him feel guilty about it. Just I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way, I guess. Anyway, moving on. I'm sorry I made you feel this way. No, I wrap my arms around him in return. I'm the one who's sorry. I'm so sorry you've been going through this for so long and I hardly even noticed. What kind of friend am I that I didn't even pick up on the fact that you were struggling with this? I'm gonna be so blind. I'm sorry, Satori. I'm a terrible friend. No, Termes, don't say that. He holds me so tight against him I can feel his heart pounding. I instantly regret what I said before, as I predicted I would. This isn't about me, this is about my best friend. It's my job to find out how I can help him. I rest my face against his shoulder and sigh. You're the most wonderful friend anyone could ever ask for. I love you so much. That's why I didn't tell you. I didn't deserve to have such an amazing and big-hearted person care about me so much. You just don't understand how much it hurts. But why? Why do you feel so selfish and undeserving? Meds are working, right? Yeah, when I take them. Satori and I release our embrace and slowly part. What do you mean, when you take them? Satori shrugs indifferently. You don't always take them. You read for yourself that they cause insomnia. I gotta get sleep sometime. So on days when I'm moodier than usual, it's because I didn't take them so that I could sleep. I swallow nervously as I reach into my pocket and wrap my fingers around the second pill bottle. Uh-oh. Well, I can understand that, but truthfully, those aren't the meds I was talking about. I noticed Satori's expression change as I pull the bottle labeled lithium from my pocket. I'm talking about this. He backs away a couple steps. I don't need that stuff. They wouldn't have prescribed it if you didn't need it, Satori. Well, I don't need it, right? He snaps as he crosses his arms and leans against the wall, his back turned. I'm not taking it, period. I sigh and stand up. I walk to the center of the room and stand near him. You really need to reconsider that decision. Yeah, and what makes you so sure about that? Because they only prescribe that stuff to people with depression. People with suicidal thoughts. There's nothing to worry about. It's common for people with BPD to have bouts of depression. I'm fine as long as I have the Zyprexa. Yeah. Incidentally, I'm no expert in like bipolar disorder or whatever. My understanding is that it basically means you swing between extremes. Like I think it used to be called like manic depressive disorder. Like as you swing from being manic, happy and excited to like just really down the dumps. I don't know, someone. So I'm no expert in this or anything. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but that's why they call it bipolar, because you swing between the two poles, the two extremes. Anyway, I'm fine as long as I have the Zyprexa. It just seems weird that they'd prescribe such a serious medication made for severe depression to someone who just has bouts of it. Look, they just overreacted when they prescribed it to me. I'm not going to do anything crazy, so just drop it, okay? Sad thoughts was about your depression, wasn't it? Satori shakes his head and gives an annoyed grunt. I already told you. You look too much into that poem. I'm sorry I ever wrote this stupid thing. I'm not. I love that poem. It's my personal window into your mind, and when I look in that window and see that you have a little rain cloud in your head, well, I can come in and give that rain cloud a little hug. Make a big happy rainbow. Yeah, that's Sayori's line from the original game. Termusa, that's so corny. Satori smiles a bit. Even though he's smiling, I can feel the melancholy radiating off of him. Satori, yeah? You were diagnosed with BPD when you were 10, and you said that's when they prescribed the Zyprexa, right? Right? When was the lithium first prescribed to you? Doesn't matter. Oof. Don't like how evasive he's getting. Uh-oh. That doesn't bode well. I already told you I'm not taking it. He stubbornly walks over to his bedroom window. Well, at least tell me what you get depressed about. Yuri's coming. He cuts me off. I look down on the street, and sure enough, I spot Yuri walking towards my house carrying some bags. Completely forgot he was coming over. I look at Satori, who keeps his gaze on Yuri below. Satori, if you need me today, I'll cancel. Don't do that, Toramiza. I jump back, startled. Satori immediately realizes the effect of his outburst and shrinks back a little. I'm sorry. It's just... I'm sure he's been looking forward to this all weekend. Please don't ruin that for him. Besides, I'll be busy today. I still have some festival stuff to talk about with Mateo. Alright. I get up and head for the door. I stop and look back at Satori, still standing in front of the window with his back to me. If you finish early with helping Mateo, feel free to come over to help me and Yuri with the decorations. Satori merely shakes his head. No thanks. I'll see him tomorrow at the festival. You two have fun. Okay. We'll have a good time at the festival though, right? I mean, if you're okay with it, I'd like to spend the day with you. Would that be alright? Satori turns his head slightly. I was hoping for an excited grin, but instead he gives me a sad smile. After a moment he nods. Of course, if that's what you want. I wish you'd consider spending your time with everyone else. I will. I plan on having fun with all my friends. The friends I wouldn't have if it weren't for you. But no matter how many new friends I make, I'll never be far from your side. Because we're best friends. And you're stuck with me no matter what. Finally, I manage to smile out of Satori. There's real happiness in it this time. It quickly fades, but it gives me hope that I can bring it back out again. I just wish he would tell me more about his depression so maybe I can help him. I guess I'll just have to be patient and hope he eventually decides to confide in me. I step out the door and grab the knob. If you change your mind, feel free to drop by. Satori gives me one more melancholy smile and nod before I slowly close the bedroom door behind me. So there you go. There's the switcherooed version of the depression talk. It has a very different dynamic to it. That's something I really appreciate about this mod, is that they Roach rewrote and redesigned the whole dynamic of femcs and Satori's friendship compared to MC's and Sayori's from the original. Anyway, moving on. I exit Satori's house. On the way home, I still find myself feeling uneasy. I try to focus my thoughts on Yuri, convincing myself that tomorrow will be a better day for everyone, including Satori. I approach my house to see Yuri waiting at the door. He must have just knocked. I quietly walk up behind him. She must not be home. Try texting her. Yuri jumps a little and turns to face me. Oh, I went to bed at 7:16 a.m. That's might not be the best sleeping habit, but mind you, I've done that myself. So I suffer from terrible insomnia too, so relatable. 333 subs. Oh, really? I didn't realize it gotten that high. That's cool. Anyway, moving on. Thank goodness. I got a little worried when you didn't answer your door. You're a bit early. I'm sorry I wasn't home yet. It's fine. Don't worry, I wasn't waiting long. I just got here, in fact. I know, I saw you coming from across the street. Anyway, let's head inside. I see you brought a bunch of stuff with you. That's right. And did you get all the things I asked you to buy as well? I'm pretty sure I got everything. Sorry if I missed anything, though. I'm sure we'll be fine. Incidentally, this is the first time I've seen Yuri's casual outfit, like the new art. It's neat. I mean, when proofreading it, all I saw is text. So seeing everything with the art and implemented in the music is kind of neat. Anyway, moving on. Oh, what's this? So just get over by your self-story issues. MC was so dumb, never noticed such a depression. Yeah, well, yeah, it's It's a different way of going about it for sure. Anyway, moving on. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. I take Yuri to my room. While he's busy looking around, I take the time to check him out. It's the first time I've seen him outside of school, after all. I'm digging his posh sweater. Them tight pants, though. ... Your room is very tidy. Huh? Oh, right. Thanks. I cleaned it before you came over. That was very considerate of you. Well, I'd be very embarrassed if you came over while it's messy. Oh, wait, Yuri, don't touch that. Yuri pulls one of my games from my shelf. He bumps the game next to it and it causes a domino effect. Yuri instantly retracts, realizing what he's done. All the games fall into each other until finally they topple against the controller of my favorite console, sending it flying off the edge of the shelf. Oh no. Well, it sounds like they were very precariously stacked there. Sorry, moving on. That controller is held together with tape and glue from all the times I flung it across the room in frustration. Which is the entire reason I had them fall down the stairs in the prologue, was so Femc could find his prescription in her backpack on the weekend. Aha! That's neat. Moving on. Can't survive another drop to the ground. I launched myself at it with an eager open palm. I land at the base of my TV stand. Miraculously, I catch the controller just before it hits the ground. I hear Yuri give an audible sigh. I smile triumphantly. Ha! Like a ninja. What was that sound? There's a sound effect there. Ah! 3 of the games slip off the shelf and hit me one at a time, right in the face. Misa. Yuri comes rushing over and quickly helps me to my feet. Are you alright? I'm so sorry, I wasn't thinking. I was just spacing out, I suppose. I'm fine. I mumble that as I gently rub my forehead. Are you sure? You have a red mark right there. I'm okay, really. My head can take a lot of punishment. If you insist. He clasps his hands firmly behind his back, as if to keep track of them. So, shall we get started? Yes, let's. I have a few things that I could use your help with today. Decorations and other atmospheric enhancements. Atmospheric enhancements? That's right. Like mood lighting and aromatherapy candles. Oh, That sounds really nice and relaxing. Thank you. We wish to take our guests to a faraway place. Even though many will just be dropping in out of curiosity, and donuts, I suppose. Either way, I'm determined to provide them with an experience that will leave them wanting more. Yuri's famous catchphrase? Okay. I was going to comment at at the end donuts, I suppose, that he like scowls when he says that, like hinting at the rivalry between Yuri and Natsuko, just like in the original between Yuri and Natsuki. They feel compelled to make a comment about the other in their scene. Stop sniffing the colors, you weirdo, Satori. Yeah, that was a good line. Anyway, moving on. That sounds amazing. Man, it's easy to forget what an intense person you are. Intense. Is that a bad thing or a good thing? It's actually what I like best about you. You do. That makes me feel relieved. And rather happy. That's good. I don't want you to feel anxious around me. Just relax. Speaking of which, I actually brought some things for relaxation. Here he reaches into one of the bags he brought. Things for relaxation? Is he talking about drugs? Uh-oh. I was going to use them during the poetry event. After rummaging in the bag for a few moments, Yuri returns with a bunch of candles and a cylinder-shaped object. What's that for? Is it for the drugs? I visited a shop on the way here and grabbed these. I plan on covering the windows with black paper and using candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, really cool. That'll totally enhance our weird drug trip. So, the wooden thingy, that's for... this is for diffusing essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? It's one of my favorite contributors for a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oil or herb you use, it can change the mood of the air itself. You can feel it permeate your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. It's almost like magic. Yuri takes a cylinder and pushes a button on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a small hole in the top. There's those tasty, tasty drugs. Some of the drug references. That sounds really pretty. What mood is that one for? It's a jasmine essential oil. It smells kind of sweet and flowery, right? Yeah, it's amazing. Whatever gets rid of that foot or cheese smell that seems to linger in here. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that would be perfect for sharing our poems? Sounds very suitable. Because nothing goes better with poetry reading than tripping balls. It's just taking this running gag about the drugs and just running with it, and then sprinting with it, and then running some more. Anyway. Actually, that might be true. You seem to have a lot of knowledge about this, so I'll trust your opinion. Yuri smiles, clearly enjoying himself. I watch, a little concerned, as he sets up numerous candles around the room. He lights them with what appears to be a very fancy lighter. By the time he's done, there are about 14 lit candles all around my room, which suddenly feels more flammable than usual. Satisfied, Yuri grabs a large spool of thin ribbon from his bag and sits on the ground. I sit next to him, nervously eyeing the candles. What's the ribbon for? Well... Did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, yes, fire. Yeah, it's each of his poems had fire reference to them. They're kind of foreshadowing the fact that knives aren't his thing, like with the female version of Yuri. He likes fire a little too much. Anyway, moving right along. Did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yep, got it right over here. Excellent. We won't be using it to fold origami. Alright. There goes 6 hours of my life trying to learn how to make a friggin' swan. Excuse me. Instead, What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Then we're going to attach them to pieces of ribbon and hang them in the doorway of the classroom, creating a curtain of words. Wouldn't that be interesting? It'd also catch the eyes of those passing by. It may tempt some to peek inside. That's insanely creative, Yuri. I had no idea you were so good at this. Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you put it. Intense as you... Sorry, was there, Did she actually say, he's kind of intense? Because that's a line from the original. I think that might be an oversight in the adaptation here. I don't know. I'm obsessing over it now. I mean, the changes are kind of neat. Like, it's not like I said, it's not just a gender bend. There's all kinds of lots of little changes in the characterization and how the scenes go. But in the original, MC has a line about how intense Yuri gets. And she has a reaction like, "Oh, is that a bad thing?" And it's like, "No, it's something I like about you." But I don't think Femc actually said the intense line this time, so this doesn't fit as well. Oh well. Anyway, moving on. And this is me being obsessive. And, moving on. Yuri gives me a big smile. I can definitely tell he's starting to relax. I hope he's starting to really become comfortable with me and that his behavior isn't a direct result of his little vape machine. Or perhaps it's the excitement he feels from sharing something he enjoys. Here's a marker, Torbusa. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting and to avoid all the words I really want to write. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to his desired length. Then he reaches into his pocket and pulls the lighter back out. Whoa. The lighter is strangely beautiful up close. There are intricate patterns etched into it, and the lighter itself is a shiny dark blue. He flicks it, and a sharp green flame bursts from the top. Holding the ribbon taut, he waves the flame far beneath the ribbon. Like magic, the ribbon breaks without the flame even touching it. He's using the flame to cut the ribbon? That's madness. Forgotten that he did that. That's no run-of-the-mill gas station lighter, is it? Looks very fancy. Oh, embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What's wrong? Is there something I said? You're gonna think I'm weird. Yuri, I already think you're weird. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. Normal's boring. Yay, there you go. You're a woman after my heart. Weird high five. No, I don't believe in normal. You know, seriously. This is something I can get behind here. Anyway, moving on. In case you haven't noticed, I'm a little strange myself. Ah, well, as long as you promise not to freak out. I promise. Alright, well, the thing is, I'm kind of into fire. It's just so beautiful. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of raw beauty, untamed power, and danger. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm sick or anything. You're laughing at me. Oh, no, that's not it. That's definitely not nervous laughter brought on by the realization that I'm sitting in a room surrounded by flames of a potential pyromaniac. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. I think you're kind of cute when you get all embarrassed like that. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But you know what? It suits you. Suits me. Yeah, it's kind of intense, you know? Ah, there's the intense line. You changed the order of things here. But, yeah, like, yeah. But it's still, like, Yuri's line where it says, intense as you put it. doesn't fit if it comes first. Anyway, moving on. Besides, it's a really cool looking lighter that makes pretty green fire. Yes, it is. Your expression suddenly intensifies. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the lighter. I take it and turn it around in my hands. Feels heavy and solid for a lighter. Where do you even get this? Curious of the flame, I ignite it. I stare, mesmerized at the hard green flame that hisses out like a tiny blowtorch. Not wanting to waste the fluid, I let the flame die. I go to hand it back to Yuri. Without thinking, I wrap my fingers around the top of the lighter. Ow! Tormusa, oh, why did you do that? Because I'm dumb and I don't think about things before I do them? Seems that he burns himself cutting himself. We'll see. Slender. Yeah, I mean, this also means potentially Yuri's death scene is going to be a lot more gruesome, a lot more intense. Presumably he's going to immolate himself. I guess. We'll see. She calls him intense when you're on his route. He says that line because you played his route. Well, yeah. I'm just saying, not just the fact that he used the word intense, specifically the fact that he said, as you put it, when she hasn't put it yet, because she hasn't said the line yet, because the lines are out of order. So it doesn't fit as well. I mean, it's fine. I'm making a big deal out of it. It's just. I've read the original script so many times that I just notice details like that. Anyway, moving right along. Don't think about things before I do them. I'm sorry. I should have warned you. The top of the lighter gets really hot when you let the flame linger. Oh no! I flick my hand wildly, trying to fan some cool air on the burn I've incurred on the tip of my finger. I look at it. The skin is red and shiny. A slight bubble has already formed. Yeesh. Oh dear. Is it third-degree burns here? Suddenly, Yuri grabs my hand and holds it to his face to give the burn a closer look. Yuri moans slightly and visibly fidgets. If it's making you squeamish, I can go put a band-aid on it. Without warning, Yuri flicks at his tongue and licks the wound. Oh boy. Is that where we're going now? She said the line on day 2 or 3 when he said it on the weekend. He's doing a callback to that day in the club. Oh, okay. Okay. I mean, maybe I'm misremembering, or it's just long enough ago that I'd forgotten. But nice touch in that case. Moving right along. He licks the wound, then he gently blows on it in an attempt to cool off the burn. By the way, that's not the best treatment for a wound. By the way, your mouth is like laden with bacteria, and you really shouldn't put it on an open wound. FYI, it's better to wash it with soap and water. In this case, cold water would be best. Anyway, moving on. Then he licks it again. He repeats the process. His tongue gently curls around my finger this time. It feels kinda... Okay, this is getting weird. Yuri? As if he just realized what he was doing, Yuri suddenly releases my wrist and reels back. Oh, my. Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers his head, his face burning up. That was the most embarrassing thing I've done in my life. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Granted, it was a little alarming and I wasn't expecting it, but it's obvious he was just trying to help. Besides, I've done way more embarrassing things than that. Yuri, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Yuri doesn't lift his head. Oh man, I don't want him to feel like this for the rest of the afternoon. I suddenly get a terrible idea. Alright, you know what? I lunge forward and grabbing Yuri by the sweater, pull him down till his face is level with mine. And then I lean in and lick his cheek. Wow, okay. I release him from my grasp and pull back. Boom, now we're even. Yuri is frozen with shock. He looks at me like I did something wrong. The old lick and blow just relieves the burn for a moment. Yeah, of course, of course. That's all he was doing. Do you see what I did there? I guess it wasn't as self-explanatory as I thought. Well, I didn't want you to feel bad about the weird thing you just did, so I did something even weirder because I thought it would fix everything. Huh. Now that I say it out loud, it still makes no friggin' sense. Oh, why did I do this again? I catch a glimmer of the spit trail I left on Yuri's cheek. I smile coyly. That was a lot more saliva than I intended. Oh boy. I can get you a tissue. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks. A large smile creeps across his lips. He starts chuckling quietly at first, but it quickly escalates to the same hearty, genuine laugh I heard the day Mattia made us recite poems to each other. It reverberates through the room. The intensity and sincerity of the laugh makes me laugh too. We wind down after a few minutes. Not gonna lie, I think the jasmine gave us a little buzz. I like your laugh. I like that you make me laugh. I don't do much of it. So it's nice to be around someone who makes me feel so happy. And Clyde says, oh man, I also want to lick his face. Okay, Clyde's getting horny on Maine. Moving right along. So it's nice to be around someone who makes me feel so happy. I'm glad to hear that. I smile a little. Oh, my ideas may be terrible, but at least they get the job done. Once again, the tension is quickly lifted. Where do you keep your bandages? Oh, don't worry about it. It was just a small burn. It's already feeling better. We each resume our respective activities. I watch as Yuri's flame slices through the air like a laser cutting through the ribbon with ease. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. Oh, incidentally, side note, tangent, story thing. The worst burn that I've gotten was when I touched a glue, like a hot glue gun. In my head, I was thinking, oh, I'm curious to know how hot it is, so I'll just like touch it for a split second just to see how hot it is. And there was glue on the tip, and the tip, the glue stuck to my fingers, so I wasn't touching it for a split second as I intended. It was more like several seconds I was in contact with it, and that hurts. So the lesson is don't touch hot glue guns, like not even out of curiosity, just don't do it. They get very hot. I mean, they have to be hot enough to melt the glue, so just thought I'd put that out there. This is an important safety tip. Moving on. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will make a very effective door curtain. It looks great. Excellent job coming up with this, Yuri. Thank you. Let's move on to the next task. Sure, what's next? We're going to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Would you please prepare that for us? Of course. Not too much water now. If you fill the cups too much, the paint will be too diluted. Got it. Taking Yuri's advice, decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, then bring it back into my room. Yuri? Yes? I come in to see Yuri unrolling the sleeve of his sweater and pulling it back over his arm. He seems out of breath. I'm prepared to question this action, but I become distracted. Why does it smell like bacon in here all of a sudden? Uh-oh. Implying that he was burning something? Oh boy, okay, moving on. Nothing. Is it hot in here? Your face is kind of red. No, not at all. Everything's fine. Let's mix the paint, shall we? Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon himself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. I had to leave the head of family problem. Oh, okay, I hope the problem's resolved. Moving on. Hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon himself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. Hey, got another newcomer here. Just Cal, welcome. Bacon, yeah. So I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with colors for sunrise, then daytime, then sunset, then nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Cool. What you gonna write? Well, I think it would be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. Swoon. And I'm sure Plies is swooning too. I do like surprises. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art projects we had in elementary school. It's both nostalgic and relaxing. This is actually kind of fun. Yes, it is fun. I'm glad you think that too. Yuri stops painting for a moment and thinks to himself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. I don't even like to. I just want to spend time with one person doing something simple like reading. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just spending time with someone I can trust is all it takes for me to be happy. So it says, I'm more than curious what Natsuko has got going in this. Yeah, it's, well, eventually I'm going to reload and do the Natsuko route as well. I think in you know, for the amount of work that went into this mod, I do want to check out all the routes and, you know, see how see all the work that went into it. So yeah, I'll get to that eventually. For now, I think I'm gonna go Yuri all the way through, like through Act 1, Act 2, all to the end. And then I'll reinstall the mod if necessary and run through with Natsuko and then Satori. That's the plan anyway. Moving right along. That makes two of us. I like just hanging out with one person, playing a fun video game. We should play together sometime. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand, though I'm not really a gamer. But I wouldn't mind doing that. Playing a video game, that is. With you. I'd like that. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I go for it at the same time, causing my head to bump into his. Yeah! His head smacks me in the exact spot I got pelted with the game case. Ouch. I'm sorry. I reel back and Yuri quickly lifts his hands in surprise. Are you hurt? The room suddenly feels like it's lopsided. No, I'm fine. Are you sure? Probably not as much as I'm trying to put off, though seeing two of him right now is pretty cool. I have to play Elderus. Yeah, well, that's the plan. Yep, nothing goes better with a first-degree burn than a little head trauma, right? I'm terribly sorry. I should have asked you to hand it to me. Your face. What about it? I sit up and look in the mirror over my dresser. I have droplets of paint on my face and neck, and that red mark on my forehead is bigger now. Probably put some ice on that. Oh well. And once again, just like with the chocolate scene earlier, they've switched roles here, and that FemC is the one, like FemC is the one who's got paint on her, and just like Yuri was the one feeding chocolates. Anyway, moving on. That's attractive. I accidentally got paint on you. I'm sorry, hold on. Let me go get a towel. He rushes out of the room before I can say anything. He returns a short moment later with what appears to be a damp towel. He just grabbed one of FemC's towels. Okay. He must have grabbed it from the bathroom across the hall. He kneels in front of me and hands me one end of the towel. I soak this part in cold water. It's for you to hold against your head. I hold the towel to my bump. I feel instant relief. This end was soaked in hot water for the paint. Yuri hesitates. Would you like me to clean it off for you? With the towel or your tongue? What? Femc. Bonk. Femc being horny on main. Sorry. Moving on. Yuri gasps a little and swiftly looks away, his face blazing. Why did I say that? Especially knowing how easily he gets embarrassed. I'm almost positive that my mild concussions... That was my... Sorry. I'm almost positive that was my mild concussion talking. I've definitely crossed the line this time. Yuri, I didn't mean... Before I have a chance to apologize, Yuri looks back at me with a playful smirk. Forgive me. I was just silently regretting not getting the edible paints instead. Oh boy. Is it getting a little steamy in here? Bonk again. His gaze becomes amorous. Yes, I did it. I finally got him to banter with me. That's so... wait, does that mean the paint he splattered on me is toxic? Wait a second, that's a good question. I don't have much time to question it as he begins gently dabbing my face with his end of the towel. Hey, neat. New art. Woo. Is everything alright? Yeah, it's just, I forgot it was hot. Well, you do have a decent-sized bump there. I expect you to be a little loopy. I giggle to myself as he continues to clean away the paint drops. The combination of the warmth in my face and the cold in my bump feels like heaven. Yuri slowly moves the towel to my neck and begins cleaning off the paint there as well. Ooh, that feels even better. I can't help but moan a little and close my eyes. That feels so good. I open my eyes slightly. Yuri is staring directly into my eyes now. I'm sure this is the first time he's maintained eye contact with me this long. He wears the same intense expression I see when he reads his books. Just now notice the color is swapped on his casual outfit. Oh, yeah. Yep, it's black instead of the tan color. CG is beautiful. Yeah, it's nice work. That's some nice art in this, for sure. Anyway, moving on. Almost as if he's lost in a daze, enveloped by his own thoughts. Oh, wow. Wasn't expecting that. CG is Fabby Whatsoever Fox. Cool, cool. He breathes gently through slightly parted lips. Suddenly, his face seems to be much closer to mine than it was a moment ago. I can feel the towel slowly travel past my collarbone. As if realizing where his hand was going, Yuri stops and pulls away. We both drop our ends of the towel at the same time. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to space out. It's okay. How was your bump? It's feeling a little better. I'm glad. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up his brush again, but I can see that he's clumsier, like he's unable to focus. I remain silent but forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush. Much like Yuri, my focus has been compromised as well, and I fumble with my brush. We awkwardly continue with our work. Once we finish painting, we take a little break to head downstairs and have some tea. We chat for about 15 minutes before heading back upstairs to finish up. Yeah, it's different. The banner has turned out very pretty and natural looking. It came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Me too. When are you going to add the lettering? Sorry, I just got distracted there. Okay, yeah. When are you going to add the lettering? When the paint is fully dry. Could take a while longer, but it should be dry enough for me to bring it home at least. Oh, okay. I'll probably do the lettering in the club room before the event starts. What do you think? Sounds good to me. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything else for us to do here. I'm sure FemC can think of a few things. Yuri begins going around the room, blowing out the candles. I'm relieved to see the flames finally doused. Phew. Sounds like you're happy this is finally over. Was I wrong to assume you were enjoying yourself at least a little bit? No, that's not what I meant at all. I was just relieved my room didn't catch on fire. I had a lot of fun with you today. Yuri laughs again. You're silly, Tormusa. But I'm glad you feel that way. The fan in the back? Sorry. What about the fan in the back? I had fun as well. That's right, I had fun as well. We were very productive and got everything done. We sure did. I was a little concerned about time. I need to make dinner soon. Been starving ever since I smelled bacon earlier. I was hoping we'd have extra time after finishing the work. Oh? I mean, if you want to hang out, I could always make a late dinner. Well, Yuri thinks to himself for a moment. Well, I mean, you could have dinner together. That's an option. Why not? Yeah. Yuri thinks to himself for a moment. My hopes are dashed when my stomach suddenly makes a loud rumbling noise. Yuri smiles sadly and shakes his head. I think it would be irresponsible to postpone your dinner. You should eat at a reasonable hour, so you can get to bed at a reasonable hour. We can't have you showing up late tomorrow, after all. Use that wink there. Eat dinner together. That's the easy solution here, obviously. Whatever, moving on. Yuri smiles and winks at me. As much as I hate to admit it, he's right. Tomorrow is too important to show up late. It sucks, because I wish we had more time, too. Well, I guess you're right. Feeling downcast, I help Yuri gather his things. He looks a little disappointed too, and I can understand why. Sounds like he rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. That doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri is packed up, I walk him out the door. Thank you so much for having me today. No problem. I had a lot of fun, and I'm glad I was able to help. What? No innuendo about having him? Oh well, moving on. Just let me know if you need me to bring anything tomorrow. It's just me or crushed ice better than regular ice? Well, I mean, crushed ice has more surface area than ice cubes, so it melts faster, and so it'll cool things down faster. So there's that. I mean, personally, I don't like having ice in my drink. I don't like how it dilutes the drink when it's. Sorry, why am I thinking of drinks now? I mean, you're talking about crushed ice, so presumably that's going in a drink. I don't know where that line for that question came from, but I'm just following the conversation chat. Anyway, moving right along. Just let me know if you need me to bring anything tomorrow. I will. Anyway, Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Yuri, wait. I speak without thinking. I've been doing a lot of that lately. About today. It's fine we didn't have as much time as we wanted. It just means we can do this again. Whenever you want. You can come over and we'll read and play some video games. I mean, since you like going out. Yuri smiles as I stumble over my words. You're so thoughtful, Tormusa. Yuri suddenly steps closer. He places his finger under my chin and lifts my head, forcing my gaze to meet his. Oh, wow. I really like that about you. I feel my face burning. How do I respond to that? I don't have much time to think it over as Yuri suddenly jumps back. Satori? Eh? Hey, Tormusa. Hey, Yuri. What are you guys up to? Nothing. We finished working for today and Yuri's just leaving. Is he? Bummer. Sorry I didn't come sooner. Could have all hung out. Oh, Satori talking about hanging out? Oh boy. Anyway, it's nice to see you, Satori. I wish I could stay, but I'm already late. Really? That's a shame. Well, I'd hate to keep you. So I guess we'll see you at the festival, yeah? Can't help but notice Satori is acting passive-aggressively forceful, yeah. getting that vibe. Is he trying to drive Yuri away? Yuri seems to pick up on that too. He looks at me briefly. Yes, well, I'll see you tomorrow then. Goodbye, Yuri. Satori cuts him short, staring Yuri in the eye in an uncomfortably domineering way. Yuri nods, then hurries off with his head down. Uh-oh, the music stopped. What the hell was that about? Incidentally, I like the subtle pink shirt to underneath the red hoodie to bring to mind Satori's pink casual shirt that she would normally be wearing. And also the red hoodie could be a nod to Satori's usual red bow. Anyway, moving on. Satori suddenly turns to me and his expression instantly softens. Hey. Hey? What happened to your head? Huh? Oh, ninja fail. He rolls his eyes. Of course. Satori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Look, can we talk? Satori suddenly interrupts me. Talk? Yes, talk. We need to talk, now. There's urgency in his tone. In fact, his entire demeanor is tense and his expression seems worried. Even his temper is short. Of course we can. Good. Let's go to your room. Oh, okay. This is different. The one who has any excess face that their female counterpart had is Natsuko. Yeah, true. And hurry. Oh, wow, urgency indeed. Before I lose my nerve, Satori hurries past me. I struggle to keep up as we slip back into the house and head upstairs. Once you're in my room, I shut the door and take a seat on my bed. Yeah, the lack of music is still concerning, isn't it? Let's cry one more time, yeah. Shut the door and take a seat on my bed. I feel anxious over what Satori might tell me. So, what's on your mind? I've been thinking about what you said this morning, about how we're best friends and we trust each other with everything, and, well, you're right. You deserve to know what's going on. I smile a little in relief. Looks like he's going to open up to me after all. I lean forward a bit, my full attention on Satori. I'm all ears. Tell me everything, Satori. The more I know, the more I can do to help. Right. The lithium was prescribed to me last year. After I was diagnosed with chronic depression, I sigh and nod. I knew it. I see. Do you know what caused you to become depressed? He nods. Yeah, I do. It's because I came to a realization. What did you realize? He takes a deep breath. I realized I have feelings. Selfish feelings. Hmm? Selfish feelings? I don't think I understand. It's easy, Termusa. I discovered that I hate the idea of you getting a boyfriend. Isn't that disgusting of me? To act like you're a shiny toy that I want only for myself? I mean, you're such an amazing, smart, funny person. Everyone deserves to be around you. And even knowing that, I still hate the thought of you being with someone else. I realize someone as selfish as me doesn't deserve to be around someone as wonderful as you. That's why I didn't want to take the lithium. Don't you see, I deserve to feel this way. I deserve to hurt. I deserve to be punished for being weak and selfish. Why do you think I never personally invited you to the club? I didn't want to be around you, to see how beautiful and amazing you are. I knew they'd be head over heels for you. I mean, sure, I was excited to have you visit, and after you decided to join, I figured it'd be a great chance for us to get to spend even more time together. But on our way home that day, you said you liked them. You wanted them to like you. And I just want you to be happy. Agreeing to help you, giving you advice how to impress them, it felt like my heart being ripped in half. But it was a bittersweet blessing in disguise, you know? I figured if you got closer to one of them, you'd forget about me. You wouldn't have me hold you back. If you stopped caring about me. You wouldn't care if anything happened to me. Satori, hold on. There's something else. I realized that the closer you got to each of them, the more it felt like a spear going through my heart. Termisa, just the thought of you doing anything romantic with one of them, it hurts so much. It makes me sad and angry at them and at myself. The thought of you with anyone else but me makes me want to die. This story, don't say things like that. I can't help it, Termisa. The truth is, I'm in love with you. Those are my true feelings. I've always loved you, and starting last year, I realized I'm in love with you. I mean, we've been saying it to each other for years, but I don't just say it to you because it's a thing to say. I mean it every single time. Satori suddenly steps closer to me, gently taking my hands in his own. What about you? Do you mean it, Termisa? Do you feel anything at all when you tell me that you love me? I meet Satori's gaze. I owe it to my best friend to be completely honest with him. Satori, listen to me. Every time I tell you that I love you, I mean... ... Seems like a good time to save it. That's meta principle. There's I'm in love with you or I love you like a brother. That's the replacement for you'll always be my dearest friend, I guess. And I was saying, hug him, I can't. I'm sorry. I'm sticking to my guns and doing the Yuri route, even though, I mean, I'm sure it's all very different this time around. I'm sorry. I'm not going with the I'm in love with you option here. I'll do that when I'm doing the Satori route. That'll be a later stream. Yeah, sorry. People might probably not going to like this. I'm going with the I love you like a brother option here. Here we go. I love you like a brother. I'm comfortable doing everything with you. I can tell you anything and everything. I mean, I know we're not really siblings, but we might as well be, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. I'll always love you. Nothing's going to change that. I'll be here for you whenever you need me, no matter what. Oh boy. That little expression change while she's saying that, there's some pain. Oh boy. Okay, moving on. No matter what, you'll always be my buddy. Right, your dearest buddy, perhaps? Friend zone. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, friend zone. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I've never liked that concept, that term, friend zone. Like it's personally, I mean, I think being friends is a good thing. I mean, yes, rejection hurts, exactly, for sure. I don't know. I mean, yeah, I think it's important to adjust expectations and shift perspectives on it, and I mean, it might take some time for adjustment if you're hoping they would have the romantic thoughts or feelings for you in return, but I don't know. I still think on a general thing that being friends is good, but I don't know. I have a different perspective on that, I guess. I mean, like I think it's pretty common for people to treat romantic relationships as like the be all end all most important thing, and it's, you know, it's very powerful emotional experience to have that you know, that kind of feeling for someone and have them feel that way for you in return. But at the same time, you know, sorry, I mean, this is me getting on my soapbox here. How should I put this? Like, I haven't kept in touch with a majority of my past romantic partners, but I also have friends that I've kept in touch with for years. Sometimes friendships can be stronger than romantic relationships, you know, or at least more enduring than you know, just like no matter how no matter how strong the feelings are in a romantic relationship, it should never get to the point where friends are no longer important, you know. Yeah, having friends is important no matter what, really. Actually, the brother zone, yeah. Good one. I don't know. Those are my thoughts on the subject. But that doesn't change the fact that, yeah, in this moment of, like, ouch, that's real pain, that hurts. Not instead of crying, yeah. Okay, anyway, moving on. Yeah, let's be my buddy. Excuse me. I see. Satori's eyes fill with tears. He slowly backs away from me. So, this is what it feels like to be stabbed in the chest. Satori? No, you're 100% right, Tremusa. We're better off keeping things the way they've always been. I mean, everything was perfect before I accidentally showed my feelings. We wouldn't even be having this conversation right now if it hadn't been for that stupid, selfish mistake. Satori has a hard time keeping his voice steady. I trust you to know what's best for me. Keeping things the way they've always been is what I want too. He looks away, tears streaming down his face. Really, this couldn't have turned out better. I swallow nervously, realizing that me turning down his confession could seriously impact his depression. Satori, I know you don't want to hear this, but now that you have the lithium on hand, please consider taking it. You know, we've already acknowledged that FemC is aware that lithium implies suicidal ideation. This would be a good time to ask the question if he's thought about killing himself. To be honest, but I mean, FemC doesn't know. FemC isn't going to know that. Like, she's just a teenager. What does she know? Mercy asking, is it bad to have headaches every day? Well, I'd say it isn't good. I mean, there are lots of possible causes for headaches. It could be as simple as a postural thing. It could be a dehydration thing. Maybe you need to sit up straighter. Maybe you need to drink more water. Maybe there's a medical reason for it. I don't know. I'm not about to try doing an assessment right now over the internet, but just just putting ideas out there. Anyway, moving on. He gives an emotionless chuckle. Wouldn't have been an issue either way. I have tons of it stockpiled in my medicine cabinet. Well, it would make me really happy if you started taking it. I'm sure it'll help you a lot. You know what? Maybe I will. Really? Uh-oh. Excuse me. My throat's rough all of a sudden. Excuse me. Yeah, overdose implication. Yes, exactly. That's what I was going to say. He just had this implication of suicidal ideation, and he says he has tons of lithium stockpiled in his medicine cabinet. So, like, uh-oh. It only happens if I don't take my ADHD meds, so that's probably the reason. Yeah, it could be a contributing factor, yeah. It is important to, take meds regularly as they're prescribed to. I mean, if it comes to it that you don't like the side effects of them, you can discuss that with your doctor. Maybe they can either adjust the dosage, or change to a different prescription. But it is the kind of thing. It's to keep it regularly. So that what am I trying to say here? So that it helps your doctor monitor the effects of the medication, like knowing if the effects of taking it regularly. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Really? Sure. If it'll make you happy, it will. Satori passively nods. All right. When I go home, I'll take my meds. The lithium too? Of course. Thank you. And in return, I'll make sure you have a lot of fun at the festival tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, okay, sorry, this is me getting on my soapbox again. Showing off my medical knowledge and stuff. Yeah, one of the reasons it is important to take meds regularly is to keep a constant level of them in your bloodstream, because it takes time for your body. Like once you take it takes time for your body to absorb it into your bloodstream, and it also takes time for it to leave your system. How it leaves your system depends on the medication. Some are lost in urine, some are lost in sweat. Some are metabolized in the liver. It depends. It depends on the medication involved. But my point is, if you miss a day, you might not notice it at first. It takes time for the previous dose to leave your system. So it's like, it's why it's kind of dangerous for, like, particularly for someone with bipolar disorder like Satori has. Have the highest dose they eat, really can't change that much. Yeah, okay, well, like I said, just putting the idea out there. But yeah, like, Satori missing a day because, I don't feel like I need it today. It's like, yeah, but there's a delay before you feel the effects of the medication. So, not feeling like you need it today doesn't really mean anything, because you're not going to feel, if you go off of it, you're not going to feel the effects of it until a day or two later. That's where things can get wonky in terms of the symptoms you might experience. Anyway, yeah, I guess the short version of that long rambling thing is like, if they tell you to take the meds regularly, like, take them regularly. Just keep at it. Follow the directions. They're there for a reason. Anyway, moving on. And in return, I'll make sure you have a lot of fun at the festival tomorrow. Sound good? Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fun. Satori gives me one more sad smile as he leaves my room. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that sudden shift in Satori's mood. Like, it feels less like, I'm suddenly happy now, than like I've just made up my mind about something. Like, if this is a real thing that was happening, I would be concerned about suicidal impulses at this point. But I mean, that's obviously kind of the intent of the scene here, I think. Anyway, moving on. I listen as he wordlessly descends the stairs and walks out the front door. I look out my window and watch him slowly cross the street and make his way to his house. I can't help but feel a sense of uneasiness. What if my suggestion for him to take his meds backfires and ends up making him worse? What if I should be doing something more or something different? I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until I see if my suggestion works or not. If he takes my advice, I should notice any changes in his behavior by tomorrow. I hope he'll be back to his normal cheerful self by then. Either way, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to help Satori get through this difficult time. And now the music's gonna stop, right? Yeah. Oh, hey, there's got this haze going on here. The colors are different. It's the day of the festival. Is this a dream sequence? I'm awake extra early. Way too early for Satori to be up. I wanted to surprise him by being all ready when he gets here, but at the same time, I have about an hour to spare. I could head to school early, if only to grab a few of Natsuko's donuts. As I sit and consider my options, I can't help but feel a sense of uneasiness. It's eerily quiet today, so much so it's distracting. Something feels off, which is weird. I mean, it's festival day. I should be feeling excited. But since I woke up, I've just had this overwhelming sense of dread. Oh, and another newcomer, welcome to the stream, George Calderon. Termies can't stay as I'm going to be with friends tonight, but popped in to say hi. Best of luck on the stream, my dude. Hey, thank you very much. Have fun with your friends. As you were saying, friendship is important. Oh, don't forget that I changed the name here. I was Zhao. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, good. Good to see you, Zhao. Thanks for that. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we were just talking about, or at least I was just talking about the importance of friends. So yeah, have fun with your friends. Anyway, moving on. I just had this overwhelming sense of dread. I read in Yuri's book that stagnating air is common foreshadowing that something terrible is about to happen. I didn't understand it when I read it, but today I got up and get ready. I decided it'd be better to wait at Satori's house until it's time to head to school. I feel so uneasy, I don't think I want to walk to school alone anyway. Securing the broken strap of my book bag with some safety pins, I take it and head out the door. I shiver a little. It's still got this discolored filter on it. It feels even weirder outside. I look up at the sky. It's daytime and the sun is out, but daylight feels bizarrely veiled, almost like there's a solar eclipse. I look up at the sun. Ow, geez. Well, there go my retinas. Why am I so dumb? Okay, tonal shift much? Yeah, my eyes hurt now, and all I see are colorful flashing dots, but the sun seems fine. I don't know why everything feels so strange, but it's really stressing me out. I reach Satori's house, and for the first time in years, I knock on the door. I pause. Why did I knock just now? It's not like I should expect an answer anyway, since it's still way too early for him to be awake. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Satori? He's always been a heavy sleeper. He could sleep through an earthquake, and he has. I quietly head upstairs. Outside Satori's room, I knock on his door. Satori? Hello? You awake yet? There's no response. I didn't expect one, but still, the feeling of dread intensifies. I close my eyes and take a deep breath. Why am I scared of what I might find on the other side of this door? But I have no other choice. I gently open the door. Uh-oh. Satori. The door creaks open. I peer inside. There are pill bottles on a small table near his bed. Satori is face down in his pillow. I can't hear him breathing. Cautiously, I approach his bed and reach for his shoulder. Satori? Yeah! Yeah! Satori jumps the moment my fingers brush against his shoulder. We both yelp in surprise. Teresa, what are you doing here? He groggily looks at his clock. Dun dun dun! Plot twist, he's alive. His pajamas, yeah, no kidding. That's Satori's death, or Sayori's death outfit. He groggily looks at his clock. Why are you up so early? I just... A huge wave of relief crashes over me. The weirdness I was feeling before decreases drastically, but doesn't disappear completely for some reason. There's still a filter on this. Perhaps it's just festival jitters after all. I just wanted to make sure you got up on time too. It's festival day. So it is. He slowly sits up, rubbing the back of his neck and yawning. How are you feeling? I feel great. You do? Really? He smiles and nods. He does seem to be in a better mood. Yep. He reaches over and grabs one of the pill bottles. I took your advice, see? He holds up a bottle of lithium. I'm going to try to take them every day from now on. I breathe a sigh of relief. I'm really happy to hear that, Satori. You did the right thing. I'm proud of you. Satori smiles at me. Well, I'm proud of you for being up on time, Farmusa. Thanks, buddy. I decide not to bring up the other conversation from last night right now. The important thing is he's finally accepting the help he needs. I'll worry about the personal stuff later. It'll be nice to have everything go back to normal anyway. Satori scratches his head as he gets to his feet and stretches. I might as well shower and get dressed. Okay. Satori walks past me to his closet and takes out his uniform. How long is it going to take you to get ready? I don't know, maybe an hour? But if you don't want to just sit around and wait, maybe you can do me a favor? Well, I don't mind waiting, but what do you need? Satori points to his computer desk, where I spot a very large stack of booklets that I didn't notice when I walked in. Ah, are those the poetry pamphlets you and Matteo have been working on? They are. Matteo called me late last night and told me his printer was busted, so he asked me to print them out and bring them with me in the morning. Matteo's printer is busted? What does that imply about if he has access to the code and stuff? Anyway, never moving on. I haven't gotten a chance to look them over, but I'm sure they came out fine. It'll probably help if he has them as soon as possible so he can make sure they're perfect before setting them out. Could you take them to him, please? There's still something weird about today, but knowing Satori is fine makes me feel confident enough to make the short journey to school on my own. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Farmusa. I start loading the stack into my book bag. Once they're all tucked away inside, I swing it over my shoulder with a grunt. Oof. Matteo and Satori must be pretty confident in the amount of visitors our event is going to draw. The stack of pamphlets ends up weighing more than I anticipated. Hey, that looks kind of heavy. Maybe you should just take half and I'll bring the other half? Don't be silly, I got this. The strap of my bag weighs heavily on my shoulder. Despite this, I try to act as though I don't even notice the extra weight. Does have a lot of medication baggage, so maybe it'll have it. Yeah, well, we'll see. Yeah, I was scared that Satori said, yeah, I mean, obviously Roach is playing on that. Playing on that expectation that, because this is where Sayori turns up dead in the original game. Anyway, moving on. Well, all right. Just don't strain yourself. Hey, that's Monica's line. Satori says that to me as he heads out into the bathroom with his clothes and a towel. I, meanwhile, head outside. I slowly make my way to school, repositioning the heavy bag every few steps. I'm starting to wish I hadn't been so stubborn about taking the entire load. For once, I'm incredibly relieved to see the school come into view. I cross the street and head towards the entrance. I stop in my tracks when I hear a popping sound. Uh-oh. Oh, the other strap is going to rip on the bag, right? or is that the safety pins coming undone? The weight of my shoulder is relieved when the pins on my book bag strap rip loose, sending the bag plummeting to the ground. The pamphlets erupt from the bag and cover the walkway in front of me. I stand there, eye twitching in rage. God damn it. I throw myself to the ground, grab a pamphlet and shove it into my bag. I grab it so roughly that I end up crumpling it. I sigh and pull it back out of my bag. Satori and Matteo worked hard on these. Plus, it wouldn't be very professional to give this one to any visitors. I set it aside and proceed to gently pick up the rest and replace them in the bag, making sure I don't bend or wrinkle them. When I finish, I tuck the heavy bag under my arm and grab the crumpled pamphlet before continuing up the stairs towards the doors. I fumble with the door and make my way inside. I rush to the nearest trash can. I set the heavy bag on the ground and take a moment to catch my breath. As I recuperate, I look at the crumpled pamphlet. Might as well give it a once-over before I chuck it. I open it and check it out. Came out pretty nice. I flip through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Yuri's, Natsuko's, and Satori's poems from the ones they practiced. I flipped to Matteo's poem. What the? This isn't the poem he practiced. This isn't even a poem. Ha 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 ha. Nice. It's code. Dog type HTML. Body, header style, background color, Dodger blue, traceback. Head style, body, background color, light blue. I'm sorry, but an uncaught exception occurred. The HTML head style, P1 border style, solid border width, 5 points. Border style width. Is it P1, P2, P3? Is that the poem 1, 2, and 3, or part 1, 2, and 3? Should we look for these? Border style solid and then medium, dotted 2 points, dotted thick, double 15 points, double thick, solid 2 points, 10 points. Size of the border. While running code. It's very blurry for me, so I don't know what it says. Oh, okay. There's a whole lot of punctuation, which implies HTML code. I think. Not that I'm an expert in that or anything. File RenPy common easier to start RPY line 256 in script in Python. Well, that sucked, but it was easier than I thought it would be. I'm glad it's over with. This is going to end up being much better without him in the way. Time to get to work. I should be able to do this without breaking anything that badly. Well, here goes nothing. Note, file RenPy common / 30 start RPY line 256. Call in new context main menu. Line 427 in call RenPy load function. Restart top context. Windows XP? Oh wow. Roach had a lot longer than I did. I mean, I was using Windows XP for long after it stopped being supported by Microsoft. Apparently, Roach held out longer than I did. Much better than Satori was dead. He was trying to kill Satori, who said he was trying or did. Well, so yeah, this is a neat switch here, like Matteo's poem being all code and stuff. Anyway, moving on. I briefly look over the mess of words and symbols. What is this? Some kind of computer error? Oh yeah, that reminds me. I wonder, because the original game messes around with the game files, and I'm just kind of wondering if there's anything added here, and doesn't look like it. Huh. I'm just looking in the character files folder, because all the original assets for Switcheroo is still on my XP, yeah. But incidentally, the characters folder has the 4 original ones, Monica, Satori, Yuri, and Natsuki, and it also has Matteo, Natsuko, Satori, and Yuri with 2 U's. Other than that, like, everything seems to be the same. So this is where in the original game the Happy Thoughts picture would appear. Anyway, okay, moving on. What is this? Some kind of computer error? I struggle to understand what I'm reading. I mean, Matteo's poems are always weird and cryptic, but this It must be a mistake. It has to be. Bet Mateo isn't even aware of it. This is clearly some kind of botched CSS code, probably for something along the lines of background color or text alignment. Maybe a typo somewhere in the code is what's making it look like a bunch of mumbo jumbo. It's probably something as simple as a misplaced underscore or missing comma. Oh, wow. So, hey, Femc has some coding knowledge. That's interesting. Because one thing with coding is whenever something goes wrong, there's always that eternal question of did I make a logic error, or did I make a typo, or am I just fundamentally misunderstanding what the code is doing? And I asked someone, I brought that up in the RenPy Discord, and someone said, I'm going to tell you a secret. I've been coding, coding professionally for 10 years, and that question never goes away. But yeah, like asking that question, maybe it was a typo or a misplaced punctuation mark. Yeah, and she recognized it as CSS code. I said HTML code, but basically like online code, like code for a website, basically. Anyway, moving on. Honestly, I don't know how he missed it. Hopefully Mateo will be able to find and fix the mistake and print them out at school before the festival starts. I tossed the crumpled pamphlet in the trash and gathered my book bag under my arm once again. I head across the school and up the stairs. I frown as I approach the clubroom. I can see the lights are still off. Is no one here yet? I approach the door and peek through the window. The blinds are up, but the veiled sunlight only dimly lights up part of the room. You've got to be kidding me. You want to keep the files open? Yeah, I figured as much. I have them open. Anyway, you gotta be kidding me. Am I really that early? I check the handle, and to my surprise, it's unlocked. I shrug. Might as well leave the pamphlets in the room so Mateo can just fix and reprint them when he gets here. Holding the heavy bag against my chest, I push open the door. Ooh. Well, there you go. Installing corrupt something? Installation complete? Yeah! What a twist, yeah, indeed. Yeah, obviously since Mateo killed himself, yeah, didn't see that coming, What a twist, indeed. I mean, I knew it was coming because I did the proofreading. This is my first time seeing the CG, though. Again, nice work. Nice artwork, for sure. And yeah, he slashed his wrist, basically. Not sure why there's blood on his face and neck as well. Moving right along. Yeah! I dropped the bag to the ground, spilling the pamphlets everywhere once again, but it's impossible to care about that at this point. I can't believe what my eyes are showing me right now. What the hell? What the hell? I suppress the urge to vomit. My legs lose their strength, and I crumble to my knees in horror. My head is reeling. Why would Mateo do this? You never seem unhappy or depressed. It doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. There's no reason for him to have done this. How could, whoa, what happened? What's going on? Where am I? I can't see. I can't move. That's weird. Why isn't this working? Maybe if I clip out this section? Ow! What the hell was that? Damn it. Why can't I delete her memory without hurting her code? Delete my... What? Who is speaking right now? I'm not as good at this as I thought I'd be. Hopefully I'll be able to fix it before the game restarts. Hey, I can hear you. Stop ignoring me. Who are... It hurts. Stop it. Get out of my head. 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 End. Yeah, wow. Okay. The cheerful music is at odds with that bit of an intense ending there. Totally caught me off guard. Yeah, seriously, good job. You know, almost wish I didn't do the proofreading so I could have been properly surprised by it. I knew it was coming. I was trying to keep my face impassive and not give it away. But yeah, good job. Well executed, Roach. It's a good twist. I like it. I'm just bring up. Oops. I pushed F5 to. Oh dear! I hope the stream is still going. I pushed. I was trying to refresh the Switcheroo folder. I pushed F5 by reflex, and I forgot that's my button for my hotkey for pausing recording. I mean, that probably shouldn't affect the stream. I hope it didn't pause anything. Are people still there? Can you still see me? Can you still hear me? Can I refresh this without pushing F5? Is there 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? So yeah, I'm looking at the character files. Mateo's file is no longer there. Satori, Yuri, and Natsuko's are still there. By the way, unless they play a part in this, the mod should probably take Monika's, Natsuki's, and Sayori's, and Yuri's character files out there. Just a note for Roach for the director's cut. But yeah, it's since people installing the mod need to put it into an existing install of DDLC, it makes sense to take those files out unless they play a role in the mod. Yeah, just putting it out there. Something occurred to me, maybe I should try opening up these files, see if uh-oh. Maybe I shouldn't have double-clicked it. Oh, okay. Oh, it's a PNG. I just opened up Natsuko's character file. You know what, I'll look at those another time. And it cleared out the save games. That was neat. Okay, I'm gonna get some water and use the washroom, and then we'll start into Act 2. So I will be right back. Let's see, can I put this thing back on here? There we go. Yeah, I'll be right back. And I'm back. And I'll just hide that again. Okay, catchy music, yeah. Yeah, sure was surprising indeed. Pretty well made, indeed, yes. Yeah, I feel like it deserves a bit more commentary. Like, seriously, it is a clever bit of writing and a clever twist to, like, the fact that, like, obviously anyone playing this mod is going to expect Satori to kill himself, because that's the scene where Satori killed herself. So the mod plays on that expectation. Like, it plays on it in the build-up to Femc going to Satori's room. You know, and it like, it plays on it with the expectation based on like the pill bottles, for instance. Like, Satori saying, "Oh yeah, I've got a huge stockpile of them in my room, or in the bathroom or whatever." Yeah, but yeah, the only objection I have, the only gripe I have with it is I made a comment about the tone. Like, at that one point, there was that joke about, I look up at the sun, there go my retinas, which is a funny joke, but it feels out of place in a scene which is designed to be really tense and uncertain. It's a weird place to have your audience laugh, you know? It's I mean, like, having you know, using humor to break the tension is a valuable tool in writing, but I think it's important to have the really intense parts clearly delineated from the humorous parts, or, you know, I don't know. I say this. I say this being a bit of a hypocrite, as in my own writing, I've had the same issue. There's actually a scene in the Storm sequel, which, you know, well, I haven't worked on it in a while, but there's one scene which has some horrible tonal issues, and I'm gonna have to rewrite it. Like, I'm actually kind of embarrassed that I wrote it, and I'm like, whoops, nobody's gonna see that. I'm not gonna delete it, but I need to rewrite it. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is the things like the retina joke probably might have been better served to elsewhere in the story, or maybe. Or I don't know, maybe even after Satori was revealed to be alive, or something. I don't know. All I'm sure is it feels at odds with the tension that was building at that point. That's my opinion. Satori not killing himself, even though it's set up for him to. That's a little trick we should just like to call misdirection. Yep. Well, oh yeah. I like to do that in my own mods. There are lots of examples of misdirection in my own mods, my own stories that I've written. I'm not going to list them out here because that would be spoilers. So just go play them if you haven't already. Anyway, let's get back into this. Here we go. Act 2. Ha! Ooh, console's open. ... Was it the console's ominous? I mean, the fact that we already had this twist change, like, it raises questions of what does it mean for the story if Mateo killed himself? Like, as in, you know, the Monica stand-in, as in the one who knew this was a game and was, you know, messing with the code. Like, if he's the one that died, then what does that mean for the future of the story? But anyway, moving on. ... How the fuck did I get outside? Whoops. That wasn't right. Man, I can't separate her from her memory without compromising her. Let me try this. Pip install Femc, successfully installed Femc mute program. Ooh, that worked. Okay. Now if I just install autopilot. Noah the Penguin. Hey, Tremmy, I hope you're having a good night. Yeah, so it's all right. Welcome to the stream, Noah. This is, we're playing Switcheroo, Genderbend mod, but turns out there's more than just the genders which are switched. Moving on. Got it. Alright, well, it may not be perfect, but it should work for now. At least I hope so. Only way to know for sure is to test her out. Well, that's ominous. Who is this mystery new script? What? Ooh, now the text box is broken. Did the music just stutter? And Seiki just joined. Welcome to the stream. Ooh. Oh, that's wild. I hope you can hear the music. It's going nuts. How are the sound levels, by the way? Okay, can the music be heard okay? It's not like you can hear it, but it's not like overpower my voice or anything. Anyway, it's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some boys or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. Oh, neat. So the text box broke during the bits where during the parts that were changed. This is cool. Anyway, I have no motivation to join any clubs. I get detention too often anyway. I'd never be able to attend club meetings with my record. Even if I can manage to avoid getting into trouble, most clubs would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with anyway. I just think this makes you wonder who's doing the coding if Mateo isn't the culprit. Yeah? Mm-hmm. Oh. It's a darker version of the classroom? What's this? School day is boring as ever, and just when it's finally about to be over, I go and get myself in trouble. Nothing serious, but enough to earn me some hefty detention time. It's getting late. I stare blankly at the wall and eventually nod off. Hey. Huh? Hey there. Hi? Natsuko's coming to meet her? Don't recognize this guy, but his small stature makes me think he might be a first year. Whoever he is, he's kind of cute. Are you looking for something? I sure am. Need posters and markers for my club. Don't suppose you know if there are any supplies I can use in this classroom? Oh, yeah, there's some crap in the closet you can look through. Thanks. I watch as he makes his way to the closet at the back of the room. After ransacking the closet, he returns to the front of the room, carrying a bunch of stuff. See you later. He says that to me as he heads for the door. But just before he gets there, he stumbles, dropping everything. Oh, come on. Immediately jump to my feet and run to help him. Man, it's not going to be very fun to try and get this stuff back to the club. I appreciate you helping me pick everything up, though. No problem. Where's your club room, anyway? Upper story. Shouldn't that be story with an E? If you're talking about the upper floor? Anyway, S-T-O-R-E-Y. I could be jumping into proofreading mode. I can see how getting all this stuff up the stairs might pose a problem for him. I can help you take his stuff there if you want. You can? Sure, I'm not doing anything. I don't have to be anywhere. Awesome. I brought some donuts to the club today, so feel free to grab a couple when we get there. It'll be my way of thanking you. Thanks. It's not necessary since I don't mind helping out, but I don't mind sampling one while I'm there. Yeah. It's, incidentally, that bit of console work at the beginning, where it said, Femsi autopilot engaged, after Femsi was having her little freak out moment, kind of seems to imply that Femsi is like being held hostage in her own mind and being forced to watch everything unfold while still having full memory of Act 1, which is a little nightmarish in itself. Kind of reminds me of Get Out. That movie, which I don't know if I should explain why it reminds me of Get Out, because I guess that's spoilers, but it's a good movie. Anyway, moving on. I don't mind sampling one while I'm there. I take half of the load. I'm Tormusa, by the way. I'm Natsu. Nice to meet you. Likewise. I leave the classroom with a bit of a skip in my step, and now it's all dark now. Crazy. I would gladly sell my soul for donuts, so helping get these supplies to a destination in exchange for a few is a very fair price. I follow Natsu across the school and up the stairs to a section of school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. It's already pretty late by now, so the halls and rooms are dark. Yeah, incidentally, I like the fact that Natsuko is the one to pick her up from the classroom, just because it again, it plays on your expectations and like deliberately kind of throws the player for a loop, because this is when Matteo normally would have, or well, Monica would have would have brought MC into the club, but with Matteo gone, kind of all bets are off, so who knows what's going to happen. And having Natsuko pick her up kind of throws you for a loop again. So it's cool. I like how it kind of, you know, throws the audience off balance. Anyway, moving on. Halls and rooms are dark. My first instinct is to head down the hallway, but Natsu instead leads me to a strange door off to the side of the corridor. He jiggles the handle and pushes the bottom of the door with his foot. The music. Yeah, exactly. The door opens and Natsu steps inside. Oh. I stop at the entrance. Inside, another set of stairs ascends, disappearing into the shadows. Weird. I didn't even know the school had another story. Story, again, without the E. Moving on. Maybe it's an attic? Natsu stops near the midway point and turns to look down at me. You coming? Of course. Well, that's ominous. I timidly start going up the stairs, shutting the door behind me. The hallway is incredibly narrow and dark. There's no light anywhere. I don't even know how Natsu can see where he's going. Natsu, why is your club room up here? Huh? Oh, they're out of empty ones right now. So we had to make do. Are we even allowed up here? Well, technically, no. Oh, great. Oh, that's... Well, that makes things so much better, right? Everything's fine. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, insert that meme that the dog in the room is on fire. Moving on. But no one ever comes up here anyway. Besides, it's only temporary until a classroom downstairs becomes available. I follow quietly, feeling uneasy. Finally, we reach the top of the stairs. What? I peer over the top of Natsu's head. It's okay, so it's the hallway, but the windows are broken, and, like, what's this filter going on here? The corridor is dark and colorless. The only real light source up here is a single blinking iridescent bulb, the illumination being so dull it's only noticeable from the top of the stairs. Did Yuri write this this internal monologue here? Iridescent illumination? Anyway, moving on. The bulb hums and crackles with each flicker. It feels cold up here. There's dust on the windowsills and cobwebs on the doors. There's an overall musty smell that fills the entire space. It feels like no one has been up here in years. I guess I can understand why no one comes up here. Yeah, no kidding. Bad wiring, poor ventilation. There's probably even mice living in the walls. Nah, people don't like coming up here because of the rumors. Oh, great, this just gets better and better, right? Rumors? What rumors? Anyway, the club room is in here. Okay, then. Natsu approaches a wooden door that has had the paint stripped away. It's the only door without a small window on it. I follow as Natsu swings open the classroom door with a sickening creak. I'm laughing, but I'm just laughing at just how this is just getting more and more ominous as it goes. Like, uh-oh. I'm back, guys. Oh, wow. Oh, this is neat. Like, everything's, like, broken down and dilapidated. This music. What? What is this music? No objections, it's cool. Okay, moving on. Did you look at the game files? Oh yeah. Shoot. Why is this thing... Oh, okay. In the game files, there's a file called shutup.txt. Roses are red, violets are blue. Since I can't delete your memory, I'm putting you on autopilot. Yeah. So that's, Yep. Is there anything different in the game folder? Nope. What with the characters folder? No? Okay. Anyway. Guys, clean the classroom, please. Yeah. Okay, anyway, moving on. I'm back, guys. I see you brought a guest with you. What? Why is he suddenly guy one? wasn't Natsu guy one a moment ago? Oh well. Anyway. Sorry, I'm loving the eerie effect of the messed up music. Anyway, moving on. Guy 2. Oh, great. A girl. So now Satori is the surly one? Let the nagging begin. Satori. That was cool. Sorry, was that FemC like breaking through? Like the Satori just flashed on the screen there. Satori, shut up. She was helping me with the supplies because you're useless. All words escape me in the situation. This club is full of incredibly cute guys. Gentlemen, please. The tall guy turns toward me and after gently scolding the others. You needn't pay them any mind. And I made Natsu Boy 1 and the others Guy 1, 2 because I'm a jerk. Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. My name is Yuri, and the ill-tempered one is Satori. Of course, you've already met Natsuko. It's Natsu, Yuri, you know that. I've told you so many times already. Natsuko responds through gritted teeth. It's interesting. Natsuko initially had question marks for... It said Boy 1 first, then it switched to Natsu after he gave that name, and now it's switched to Natsuko now that Yuri gave his full name. Anyway, moving on. It's weird that he has a girl's name. No wonder he doesn't like to go by it. Well, it's nice to meet all of you. I'm Tormusa. I assure you the feeling is mutual, Tormusa. It is for me, at least. The one named Yuri, who appears comparatively taller and more mature than Natsuko and Satori, hasn't stopped looking at me since I walked in. So, now you've helped Natsuko with supplies, you're gonna leave, right? Surely you have somewhere else to be right now. What's wrong with you, Satori? Oh. Actually, I was also invited to have a couple of donuts. Is that so? Satori briefly glares at Natsuko. Aren't those supposed to be for members only? Hey, I brought them. I say who can and can't have any. So mind your business. I'm the club president, so it technically is my business. Well, I'm the vice president. Oh, Natsuko's vice president. Haha. Now stop being a sourpuss and leave her alone. Satori shoots me one last contemptuous glare before taking a seat. Wonder why he's so mad at me. I don't even know him. That's bullshit. Let me out of here. Oh. You can just ignore him when he gets too moody. That's kind of interesting that Satori is like the tsundere now, instead of not the Natsuki equivalent. Hey, he's like that a lot. Natsuki whispers that in my ear. Come on, the donuts are over here. It's like the two and Satori swapped, yeah. Something like that, except that Satori's whole attitude has changed. So it's more than just swapping two characters. There's a whole lot going on that's being changed around here. Act 1 Yuri has trouble looking at you when you first enter the club. Act 2 Yuri won't stop looking at you. Yeah, exactly. The other thing I was going to comment on. Anyway, moving on. Come on, the donuts are over here. And while we're at it, how about I make some tea as well? The guys have a few desks arranged from a table. This is neat. Someone did a good job on the art, by the way, like in messing up the room in a believable manner. Yeah. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens a closet. Meanwhile, Satori and Natsuko sit across from each other. The text box is still broken. Still feeling awkward around Satori, I take a seat next to Natsuko. He scoots a tray towards me. The foil has already been peeled back. Help yourself. Don't mind if I do. I reach inside and pull out a glazed donut. Natsuko watches eagerly as I take a bite. Oh, Chemistry Cat's here. Welcome to the stream. So I missed the switcheroo. Yeah, we're into Act 2 now, so things are breaking down. It's I don't know, Chemistry Cat. I don't know if you're familiar with the switcheroo mod, but things are very different this time around. Not just the genders. Anyway, moving on. Delicious, thank you, Natsu. Well, thank you for helping me. My pleasure. So this is a literature club, huh? That's right. I know it sounds dull, but it's really not like that at all, When did you guys start this club anyway? About a week ago. Ah, I guess that explains why there aren't a lot of members. Well, it's not exactly easy to try to convince people that literature is fun and worthwhile. That's right, it's why we're looking forward to the festival. It's going to be our only chance to try and grow this club before we graduate. Right, Satori? Yeah, I guess. Satori reluctantly agrees. Yeah, and Satori's unenthusiastic about bringing people into the club. I was referring to the different ending of Act 1. Haha, right. I feel like you're playing an older version of the full release, but I don't know for sure. I downloaded the one that was there. I got it. This is from the link that is currently up on your post, Roach. So I don't know if there's something different there. I don't know. Although, okay. I should mention that when I started up in my first session of this, it launched right into the game without doing the first run thing, and text box shouldn't be broken that long. Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, it launched right into the game, and it already had my name selected, Tremusa, which is what I selected in the demo when I ran the demo ages ago. So I think maybe your options.rpy file doesn't have proper version control. It should really have it should really use different save file and different persistent data from the demo at the very least. I think when you release your director's cut, that's something you're going to want to adjust, I think. But yeah, there's a line in options.rpy which governs where where it puts saved games and where it puts its persistent data. You're going to want it to have a different folder for different versions. Otherwise, it could cause problems. If someone previously played the previous version and then plays the next version and it could mess things up. Anyway, maybe I'm just tripping. Okay, well, I mean, Anyway, moving on. Satori reluctantly agrees. Such different guys, all interested in the same goal. Must have been hard for them to start this club. Anyway, you've had your donut, Tormusa. We'd like to commence our meeting, so if you don't mind. Jeez, no wonder we don't have more members. You're such an ass. She didn't come here to become a member. She came here to stuff her face. Does she really look like someone who's interested in literature? What kind of question is that? So rude. It's about self-expression, the ability to create a beautiful and unique work of art using only words. Words that express feeling and meaning. Essentially, it's for people who can understand and appreciate writing. Since when did Satori get so pretentious? I'm kind of annoyed by Satori's attitude. I can't stand being talked down to. Yeah, see, yeah, see, Roach, it is switching back and forth between the regular text box and the broken one periodically, as part of the, part of the glitching effect. I mean, if that's different across versions, I don't know, but it doesn't seem like an issue to me. I'm just taking a quick peek at the character files. Everything seems in order. Nothing seems to have been changed. Anyway, moving right along. What is this? Took me over a year to write this script. It's going to take me as long to finish director's cut. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, sorry, moving on. I can't stand being talked down to. But at the same time, I don't want to get Natsuko in trouble for inviting me here in the first place. Satori may be a bit of a jerk, but he seems pretty passionate about literature. I respect that. Well, I'm not currently in any clubs. Mind if I stick around today? Who knows, maybe I'll like it here. I mean, sure, if you want to. We're about to start our meeting anyway. You can stay and observe. It's a long shot, but maybe I'll find her calling as a writer. I offer him a smile of gratitude. Thanks, Satori. Did something flash on the screen there? I'll pay attention and take this meeting seriously. Whatever. Yuri returns with the tea set and places a cup in front of each of us. Keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry. There are no teachers up here to object. He didn't say that teachers gave us permission this time around. Besides, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Quit trying to impress her, Yuri. I wasn't. Embarrassed, Yuri looks away, briefly scowling at Satori in the process. Text box should only break when the boys say something to trigger the real femc. It's her reaction, same with the screen glitching. I mean, that makes sense. That doesn't seem to be what's occurring. I don't know what to tell you. But I swear, I downloaded the version that was... Here, let me just take a quick peek. Because I went to the mod list. Let me just... Oh hey, I've got notifications on Reddit. I'll check those out later. Here, I'll bring up the link that I use, and you can tell me if it's the right link. Excuse me? It's not what I pushed. Yeah, it says DDS-2.0.1-mod.zip. So there's the link to the mod that I use. That's what That's what I downloaded when I downloaded this mod. Like I downloaded it fresh to play it for this session. For this run through. If that's the wrong one, then you're going to want to update your post, because I got this directly from your post in the DDLC mods subreddit. It's also the one that I have linked to in the description for this video. So, like, again, if that's the wrong one, you're probably going to want to correct that. Anyway, moving right along. Embarrassed, Yuri looks away, briefly scowling at Satori in the process. Well, tea and reading may not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. Version dies on the inside, it's fine. We released the final version and then a few days later a fixed version, so it depends on when you download it, but if anything it'll be fixed in the director's cut. Okay. You say you released it, released the final version a few days later. No, really, I downloaded this a week ago. This is from your current post, which is up right now. It's not like I downloaded it like the day you originally released it 9 months ago. Like this is the link which is currently up here. Sorry, I'm not trying to give you a hard time, Roach, but this is your post that is currently linked on the mod list. There, I just put it in the chat there. So yeah, if there's a new version, then you're probably going to want to update that now. Should I? I mean, should I like halt my playthrough and bring up the new version, which has fixes in it? Like, are there enough changes to warrant downloading the new version? Serious question. Like seriously, is this the wrong version? If I'm playing the wrong version, I would like to be playing the latest version. I mean, okay, well, I suppose I can continue either way. Let me know, maybe for the next session I can get a fixed version if that's what's happening here. Like right now, okay, hold on. I'm just curious about something. I'm gonna save it. If I go to the main menu, does it display the version number on here? I mean, it doesn't say version number, it just has the Discord symbol there. Okay, just curious. Anyway, moving right along. Tea and reading may not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. Yuri visibly relaxes. I'm glad. What kind of books are you into, Yuri? Let's see. Yuri traces the rim of his teacup with the tip of his index finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling good stories in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about his reading. But, you know, I do like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Hey, no kidding, eh? Meta. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I play a lot of horror-themed video games. Video games are not books, Termisa. Or don't you know the difference? Hey, some video games require a lot of reading. In some cases, it consists of more reading than actual gameplay. More meta commentary. And for your information, some games can tell one hell of a story. Yeah, the text box broke again. Well, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down, regardless of the genre. What about you, Termisa? What do you like to read? I'm not really much of a reader. There's a shocker. Satori mutters this to himself. I mean, well, I used to read a lot of comic books and manga as a kid. It's actually been a few years since I've sat down and read any of my old comics, but I'm too embarrassed to admit that I haven't read much of anything since then. Natsuko suddenly lifts his head like he wants to interject, but then he appears to change his mind and remains quiet. Yuri, meanwhile, just chuckles softly. Well, I'm sure if you stick around, you may wish to expand your horizons. I'd love to suggest some of my favorite surreal horror titles if you'd be interested. Yuri sips his tea in a sophisticated manner. Sure, sounds cool. Say that with an unenthused tone. I wish I could relate, at least at a minimal level. But at this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Don't feel intimidated, Tormiusa. You can read whatever you want in here. Do you like horror books too, Natsu? Me? No way. I hate horror. Sissy. Yuri calling Natsu's... How about that? Yuri whispers this after taking another sip from his teacup. Natsuko instantly turns attention to Yuri, his fists clenched. What did you just say? Natsuko, you have a pretty big mouth for someone who keeps his comic book collection in the club room. Then again, everything you read and write is pretty childish, especially your poems, like the one you left here last week. I hate both of you. Natsu, you write your own poems? Well, yeah, sometimes. Why? I think it's super impressive. Love to read your poetry sometime. Natsuko blushes and averts his eyes. I don't know. Not a very confident writer yet. Actually, I understand Natsuko's reluctance. Oh, and hey, Doki Doki lover Kitty, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Bullies, indeed, yeah. There's a very different dynamic this time around. Basically, everyone's being mean to everyone here. I understand Natsuko's reluctance. Sharing one's writing takes more than just confidence. It's a very intimate exchange. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Well, Yuri, sounds like maybe you should set an example for Natsuko and share your own poetry. That way he'll be comfortable enough to share his. Yuri also blushes and turns away. Looks like Yuri feels the same way about sharing poems as Natsu. We sit in silence for a moment. I have an idea. Yuri and Natsuko look quizzically at Satori. Tonight, we'll all go home and write a poem of our very own, and share them with each other at tomorrow's meeting. That way, everyone's even. Yuri and Natsuko fidgets nervously. Come on, you wusses. It's not like I'm asking you to write a novel. This is a good idea, and you know it. Alright, fine. Need some club activities anyway. Especially if Tormiusa decides to join. Then it's settled. Look forward to seeing how creative you can all be. Satori suddenly looks at me. So, Tormiusa, think you're up for writing a poem to share with everyone? Or is this club simply too boring for you? Suddenly the eyes of all three of them are on me. I'm not sure. I wasn't even planning on joining any clubs this year. And while I said I considered it, I'm not really... I lose my train of thought. Yuri and Natsuko stare back at me with dejected eyes. Even Satori looks a little disappointed. That's... unfortunate. But not surprising. Tormiusa... Natsuko steps forward, keeping his head down. I guess I need to tell you the truth. Thing is, we don't have enough members yet. That's why we have to hold our meetings up here. We need 4 to be considered official and to be given a classroom for meetings. Anyone knows Satori's eyes? Yeah, they do look different, don't they? Like I don't know, something's off, like the pupils are different or something. Yeah, anyway, moving on. Yeah, I was going to comment on the fact that Natsuko is the one saying, "I guess I need to tell you the truth." That's normally Monika's line in the original game, which is a line which in itself adds to the ominousness of the whole thing, of everything going on, because anyway, yeah, because everything's changed around, and she's saying, it's time to tell you the truth," and it's like, What's she going to say? Anyway, moving on. We've been trying really, really hard to find a new member. The president of the student council is giving us until the weekend. If we don't find someone by then, our club is going to be rejected. I'm defenseless against these guys. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I'd feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. Besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed, so writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these cute guys. Give a heavy sigh and look back at them with a defeated smirk. Well, I've decided. I'm going to join the literature club. Your eyes light up with excitement. Satori seems shockingly pleased as well. Do you really mean that? Yeah, it'll be fun. Wow, thank you so much, Tremisa. You really did scare me for a moment. Well, at least you didn't just come for the donuts. You can become an official club now. So, thanks, I guess. Happy to help. Suppose we can end this meeting on a good note. Remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Satori looks over at me once more. This club isn't an outlet to screw around after school. We take literature very seriously. I suggest you do the same. I won't tolerate any slacking off, understand? Satori's expression and tone are serious. I nod. Don't worry. I won't let anyone in this club down. For your sake, I hope not. Just try to write a poem tonight, okay? I will. Good. There's no way I can impress Satori or any of them for that matter with my mediocre writing skills. I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. All I can do is try my best, I suppose. Guys get to work moving the desks back into place while Yuri gathers up the tea set. Guess I'll be on my way then. Alright, thanks again, Tremisa. You're a real lifesaver. See you tomorrow. Slow fade out. Ooh, and this still has that weird color gradient going on. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three guys. Natsuko, Yuri, and even Satori. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these guys. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Okay. Sure. What are the special poems like in this, I wonder? A riddle. I used to be frozen solid. I race whenever I see you, and I'm torn in half when it's time to say goodbye. What am I? Oh? Is this like Satori's heart or something? It used to be cold, but it races when he sees Femsive, and he feels like he's torn in half, or his heart is torn in half when it's time to say goodbye. Or maybe it's referring to Yuri's heart. If he's he used to be all introverted and now he's changed and like staring and stuff, and maybe he's gotten all obsessive. Black mold on the walls. Yeah, I figured. That probably makes it like super unhealthy to be spending any amount of time in there if you're breathing it in the whole time. Anyway, moving right along. So, okay, so the poem game, and Satori is gone, even though he's still in the game, interestingly. So this seems like a good time to save and go back to the main menu, and because I think I'm going to wrap up the recording here. This seems like a good time to stop. Now we're well into Act 2, and we can save the rest for another day. Yeah, some cool changes and all. I sure hope I'm playing the right version of the mod. MW Roach, please correct me if I'm playing the wrong version. Seriously. I don't mind like reinstalling the correct version. I think I can get to this point easily enough, or I could probably just transfer the save game over. I mean, it's not supposed to breathe in black bullet, right? Yeah. I mean, considering the demo used the same persistent data, I could probably just. I'm probably just tripping. Okay. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So that's it for today. I guess I'll keep going with. Like I mentioned before, I've been alternating between 3 different things. I'll probably do my next stream in 3 days from now. Like today is Friday, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Although, I mean, I said last time I was going to play on Thursday, but it ended up not doing it till Friday. I'm bad at keeping schedule, so I'll try to do it on Monday. We'll see. It might end up being Tuesday. We'll see. But